behind the mask, gonna tell him about a movie's past and win the relay. Win that old relay. Who's that lucha behind the mask? Makes movies a party, gonna have a blast. Win the relay. Win that old relay. He's gonna pull him a bum, give a bogan a job. Sit in his chair while he's having some beers. Win that old relay. Win that old relay. It's Friday night and he's wearing a mask, teaching us why all the movies kick ass. Win the relay. Win that old relay. It's Fantastico Disasterpiece Theater.
Hey,
Fantastico Disasterpiece Theater. Si film frente a una audiencia de estudio in vivo.
Okay. Well, that's nice to know. So, welcome to Fantastico Disasterpiece Theater. I am your host with the most. Once again, this is the season finale, like I said. Okay, so today's episode is not just a celebration of the show, okay? It's also a celebration of all of you who have made it very possible to put on this show and how it keeps getting better every single time. Every episode I get gets more viewers than the last. The last episode, we got about 700 viewers. That just shows how many of you like that crappy movie Plan 9 from Outer Space. Anyway, like I said, it's more of a celebration of you guys and not just of me, okay? So, but we got something else coming up, and I'll tell you at the end of the show tonight. So, anyway, if you guys thought Plan 9 from Outer Space was the worst, you're right. Because this one we're watching tonight is a little bit better, okay? Now, it's not in black and white, so that's good, right? So, but that doesn't mean shit, right? We know that. But anyway, this one is ripe for the complaining and the mockery. And, you know, I'm going to throw some feminism in there too, not because this movie has feminism in it, it's just that I'm going to throw it in there. I'm just doing my part, okay? So, anyway, we're going to throw some feminism on this classic story with some classic characters that have been completely changed around and everything else. So, then we're going to take that feminism, okay? We're going to package it in some kind of type of sequel, okay? But not really a sequel, if that makes any sense. I fucking have no idea. I don't know feminism all that well, so I might be way off on what's going on here. Now, this film originated in Italy, okay? I gotta give me a drink here, because this is going to be a long night. I'm gonna drink soda first, I think. I might just do that first. Can't get really much through the mask. Bottle is much easier, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Much better. Okay. Now we got the alcohol in our system. That's going to help. So this movie, like I said, it originated in Italy. It was picked up by our friend Roger Corman that we talked about when we did Dementia 13. And his New World Pictures, which is, I think, what Dimension 13 was on, but I'm not sure there. Maybe I slept through this one when it came out. It's not as bad as this movie. This movie looks bad, but it's not as bad as it seems, so just give it a shot. And this is a story of the daughter of the most infamous mad scientist of all time. So most of you can probably figure out who that infamous mad scientist is. And I hope you can, because then that makes it a lot easier for me not to have to explain the original content, which I don't really want to fucking do. So, anywho, anyway, we're gonna watch this the daughter of the most infamous mad scientist ever try to play God to make the perfect man. Okay, so that's why I'm incorporating feminism into this whole shebang. Okay, now we got girl power, so that's good. So a lot of our female viewers can be happy because I incorporated the girl power into this, kind of, sorta, the best that I know how to do. So if it's not good enough, you can all go fuck yourself because I did my best. Okay, and if you're saying I'm not being feminist enough, you can also kiss my ass in hell. Just saying, all right? That's how we roll in Vancouver, okay? We don't give... We are polite and we're respectable and we do things the way we think we should be done. But if anybody says, oh, you're not doing it good enough, we just say, oh, yeah, go fuck yourself. How's that sound? Why don't you take your ass back down to fucking San Francisco and be with all the other bleeding heart liberals down there? Because in Vancouver... You know, we're respectable and we don't need to have all that shit because we just do things the way that they should be done. And people that come up there, normally the people that complain up there are people that don't belong there anyway. So, enough of that tangent. Okay, so, projector guy, let's go ahead and fire up the film. Let's fire up Lady Frankenstein, okay? Lady Frankenstein. Ah! Let me get something straight here before we go to the movie. I have no problems with empowered women at all. I don't. I think it's a good thing, and I'm really happy that women are equal, and that's the way it should be. People are people. I think that about everybody, okay? Equality all around. But there's a right and a wrong way to do feminism, okay? And Ridley Scott knew the right way to do it. James Cameron knew the right way to do it. So then we had Ellen Ripley. So there you go, Ellen Ripley. So now you're gonna, here's another thing. We throw female Thor at me. I know that's a thing. People are flipping out about it, but there was a female Thor in the comic books, okay? And they've got, and it was Jane Foster, so everybody's flipping out about that. But you know what? I just want to see Thor. You make a separate movie, okay, for female Thor. You know, then I can watch that and enjoy that, and I don't it doesn't have to be diluted by all these different things. I'm really tired of that. So just make a movie for female Thor. Wouldn't that be equality to just make that movie for female Thor? You know, I don't know. I could be way off on this. I don't know everything about feminism. So anyway, women empowerment in media. This is kind of how I feel about it. Women being empowered in media for the sake of money, I don't think that's a good thing. Women being empowered in media for the sake of women being empowered in media, so that there is equality, is a good thing, okay? But just because it makes their checkbook bigger, that's not right. That's just wrong. So anyway, let the hate flow to me through the Twitter machine, and I'm done. So let's get to the movie. Lady Frankenstein.
You'd overwrite that one. Best I could do this week. People just never die when it suits you. Do they, Doctor? Oh, beg your pardon, Baron.
You don't have to count it. It's all there.
Always is, always is. See you next week.
Lynch,
Yeah.
I may need you sooner than next week. Something very special this time.
Oh, I like that. Very special. Has a ring of money to it, eh?
I want a corpse dead no longer than 6 hours. 200.
No, 500.
300.
Done. Let's say I'm a patron of science. But I can't promise.
Results, not promises.
I don't understand your trusting him so much.
Money, Charles, is a miracle drug for people like Lynch. Such a grotesque dream. Or perhaps he shall be a nightmare.
Would it matter?
Not to me, not if I can give him life. That's worth anything.
Including your own life?
Even that. To succeed in creating life is the ultimate achievement. To hesitate, to fear, to doubt now would make everything I've ever done pointless, empty. This is my life.
But to create life, should man leave that to God?
Here on earth, man is God. Go to bed, Charles. 10 you'll arrive in the morning. You'll want to look your best.
Good night.
Good night.
Charles! Well, I thought I would at least deserve a hello.
I'm sorry, Tanya. I'm very happy to see you. Your father and I were always happy to see you. Here, let me help you.
Thank you.
How lovely you look. Thomas! Thomas, come here. Thomas? Would you please take Mademoiselle's luggage? Take the luggage inside. Luggage inside, eh? Tanya? Your father is still dressing. He worked rather late last night.
As usual. Is he still experimenting with animal transplants?
Well, you know how he is. He's been at it for 20 years. He'll be at it for another 20, but tell me about the university.
Well, except for my studies, it was rather boring. But I didn't go there to socialize. Aren't you pleased? I'm like my father, stubborn. When I want something, I get it. And I did. First of my class. I'm now a licensed surgeon.
Congratulations, Doctor.
Father! Father! Oh, so nice to
little
see
girl.
you. Ah.
Is that the way for a licensed surgeon to behave?
This one does.
Oh, yeah, Jack Morgan. Poor son of a bitch. They're gonna hang him good. Snap his neck for sure.
What about it, Simon? You and Harry with me?
Poor son of a bitch, Jack Morgan. Never did like him, though. Neither did you, right?
I'm waiting, yes or no?
Yeah, I'm with you, Tom.
And Harry?
Where I go, he goes.
Toast to Jack Morgan. Long may he die.
But you have heard this story many times before.
It doesn't matter, Father. It's a charming story. You know, Father, the name Frankenstein still echoes through the halls of the university.
I'm not surprised, but I stopped caring about those fools when I left them with their hands clapped over their ears 30 years ago. Please sit down, Charles. Your leg must be tired.
No, it's fine. Thank you.
Was it difficult? I mean, very difficult being my daughter.
Sometimes. Mostly it was my being a woman. The professors have a lot of old-fashioned ideas about a woman's place.
I'm sure you will make a fine surgeon.
Thank you, Charles. But I do not want to be merely a fine surgeon.
What do you want?
To assist you, Father, in your work. You know, since I was a youngster, I was always interested in your experiments. Each summer when I was here, I would sneak into your laboratory.
But it was always locked.
I know. But I discovered the other way. The one through the wall, the bedroom wall.
Huh. Well, you little devil.
I was always curious. I still am. I'm curious to see how far you have progressed. And to show you my own progress.
I shall be delighted to discuss it with you, of course, as doctor to doctor.
Good. But I must warn you that my ideas are quite radical. Even more so than yours, Father.
Really?
Of course. I am my father's daughter.
You are referring to animal transplants.
Human.
Why another 100?
This order's very delicate. There are certain people that have to be paid in advance.
What people?
Well, Baron, you know, I can't tell you. Professional ethics.
Don't speak to me of ethics.
If you want what you want, it will cost you another 100. The way I see it, Baron, you don't have any choice.
I'll have to get it for you.
Take your time and don't worry. I won't sit down. I wouldn't want to damage this wonderful furniture.
Excuse me. I was looking for my father.
Would that be Dr. Marshall?
It would not.
Well, I never thought the Baron had it in him.
But Dr. Marshall would.
No, not on his best night. A drink, eh?
Much too early.
Never too early. For anything.
My dear sir, you are an obnoxious man. Extremely vulgar. And I'm certain that whatever you are thinking is merely fantasy on your part. I would say that you spend too much time alone in your fantasies.
Yeah.
Be careful. It will soften your brain far quicker than whiskey.
How can somebody so lovely be such a bitch?
It depends on the company I'm with. I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry. I didn't know you had a visitor.
Mr. Lynch,
Yes.
I will see you out.
Always a pleasure to talk to a lady. Good day, lady.
Father, I said I was sorry.
I heard you.
Oh, yeah.
200 now.
Yeah.
200 on delivery. When will it be?
Very soon.
When?
They're hanging Jack Morgan day after tomorrow.
So?
So he's your man.
I don't suppose you'll be missing Jack Morgan very much.
About as much as I would miss you, Captain.
That really depresses me, Lynch, because one day you'll be shaking hands with Morgan in hell.
Oh, I'll save my other hand for you, Captain.
You don't have much time, Lynch. You're sure to make a mistake one day. And that's the day I'll own. And it won't be just jail for you. You're too clever for that. It's the hanging bar. That's what you want, and I'll see you get what you want. It's the least I can do.
Maybe you will. Maybe you won't.
Oh, I will.
Yeah?
I will.
Did you hear?
Doctor.
What are you doing here?
I was on my way to town. I saw the people. Why? What's going on?
Something I'd rather you not see.
A hanging.
I've never seen a hanging.
Nor will you see this one.
Now, Father, I may be a woman, but I am also a doctor. Death is nothing new to me.
This is not death, Tanya. This is legalized murder.
Maybe she should stay to see the difference.
Maybe she should.
Thank you, Charles.
Don't thank him yet.
Are you ready, Jack?
And what if I made any difference,
Just a short step from here.
Why didn't I ever cut your throat?
Seunte seum clamidem conciniam circumdederum tei, et plectentes coronam vespinis expuentes in eum acceperum darundi.
Ready.
Requiem aeternam dona ei, Domine, et lux perpetua lucia tei. Amen.
Tanya knows about the animals.
But how?
I don't know. She asked me why you still had them, and I didn't. What are we going to do?
Not
Tanya
natural.
mustn't find out what.
Whoa! Hey up, Baron.
Good work, Lynch. Good work.
Thank you.
Charles.
Go on, Turner. Earn your money. Yes, sir, Baron. I really like doing business with you. It's clean and it's quiet.
Was it difficult?
As difficult as drinking a bottle of whiskey. And you can see that's not very difficult.
How much blood?
1 liter this time. Good. Now we're ready.
Tanya.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't.
I was hoping you wouldn't do this.
So this is why you no longer use the animals. Human transplants.
Tanya, will you please leave?
But I can help you.
You don't understand.
I do, Father. I do. What are you going to do with the brain?
Tanya, please.
Father, will you both stop treating me like a child? I'm a doctor, a surgeon. I even think like you do.
No.
It is not impossible, Tanya.
But the heart, the brain, you have to keep them alive.
Yes, we've done it before.
Inside another human body?
We don't need a human body.
But you are going to put Morgan's heart and brain into that creature.
Tanya, no more questions.
But, Father...
I don't want you to get involved. If anything should go wrong, the law would hold you equally responsible. And I don't want that to happen. Soon I'll tell you everything. Please be patient.
I'll try. Good luck.
Is everything ready?
Ready. Ready, Doctor.
Set it.
Give it a few more seconds. I hope Mr. Morgan's brain is as cooperative.
It will be, Charles. So for the past 20 years, my experiments with animal transplants have been pointed to this week. All the abuses I have endured from my friends, all the accusations against my sanity, and worse, will be thrown into their sanctimonious faces.
Looking for something?
Yes, clouds. I need a storm for my final step, an electrical storm. For only lightning will give the creature life. That's why I haven't transplanted the heart and the brain. Oh, I can keep them alive indefinitely in the laboratory, but once I transplant them, they'll survive only a few hours, unless activated by lightning.
I want to see how you keep them alive.
You shall.
You will succeed, Father.
I will. I promise you I will. And the medical world will be brought to its knees.
I want that so much. To see you realize your dream. Something that no one will ever take away from you.
They won't have to. I'll give it to them. Gladly.
Doctor, quickly. Just below the cortex.
In the white matter?
No, further down, in the gray matter. See? The hypothalamus is damaged. It's no good, Doctor. It must be repaired.
There isn't time.
We must make the time. You cannot use a damaged brain.
To what extent is it damaged? Perhaps it's minor.
And if it isn't, the hypothalamus is the main center of the automatic nervous system. You may be creating something that cannot function. What good would that be? To give it life and just let it lie there, nothing more?
We'll have to take this.
What about anger and pleasure? Two emotions connected to the damaged part of the brain. Two vital emotions. Either one in excess could be devastating. Correct the damage first.
There isn't time, Charles. Every minute cuts into the life of that heart. 20 years. I can't throw away 20 years by minutes.
But think, Doctor.
Think, no. Instinct. Instinct changes the world, not thought. And my instinct tells me to transplant that brain right now. If you won't help me, I'll do it alone.
Very well, then.
Thank you, Charles. Don't worry, Charles. Everything will be fine. Man's will be done. I want him to live. It failed, Charles. You're right. I should have taken time to repair the brain damage.
It probably wouldn't have made any difference. The effect of the damage would only show after the brain was reactivated.
We'll never know. And to never know is more frustrating than failure.
Take a long rest, Doctor. Then we can begin again.
I'm afraid not. No use trying to make me feel better. It's too late for me, Charles. Perhaps Tanya will succeed. Will you help her?
Of course. But wait and see how you feel in a month or so. You may change your mind.
I'll feel the same. I don't even know if I want her to attempt it.
A moment ago you did.
That was just self-indulgence. The whole experiment really.
No, it wasn't.
Who can say, Charles? Perhaps there are some things man should leave to God. Never thought I'd hear myself say it. Step back, Charles.
If this is really only taking place in our minds.
Sit up. Sit up! Stand. Stand!
We've done it, Charles. We've done it. Okay. Go get Tanya. She was here this moment. Get her.
Come forward. Come forward. Another step. Another step.
Okay, we're back, and one of the things I want to touch base on is the fact that people can't get the shit through their head that Frankenstein is the guy, not the monster. He's the fucking guy, okay? It's been 100 years, I think, since that book's, Mary Shelley's book's been out, and people can't get that shit right in their heads. So let me reiterate to you again and remind you that Frankenstein is the guy, okay? And I think a lot of horror people, a lot of horror fans out there are like, well, no shit. But, you know, I'm sorry. I just had to say it. So, anyway, in the movie, we're going to get to the movie here. I can't remember things because I've taken too many chair shots. I've taken some kendo, speed limit signs, all kinds of stuff to the head. So sometimes it's hard for me to remember. So I have like some notes I'm looking at here. So if you see me looking down, it's because, you know, sometimes I can't remember shit. That's how we roll. Anyway, so back to the movie. Frankenstein, he's bear hugged to death by the monster. Okay, the doctor is bear hugged by the monster and kills him. And you guys saw that. But you know what's weird? This Frankenstein monster looks a lot different than the Frankenstein monster from the old days. This one, he kind of looks like he's a member of the Borg, okay, with the stuff on his face and around his eye. He looks like he's a member of the Borg, so resistance is futile. That's why Dr. Frankenstein died there. You're a Star Trek fan, you got it. You get the joke. If not, I'm sorry, I apologize. I like Star Trek. Anyway, Dr. Frankenstein, now that he's out of the picture, we can talk a little bit about him. He was played by Joseph Cotten. Joseph Cotten, if you watch TV or movies in the 70s and 80s, this guy was in everything, okay? Even back to the 50s. He had his own show in the 50s called The Joseph Cotten Show. It was on TV. Movie-wise, he was in Airport 77. He was in The Abominable Dr. Phibes. I like saying abominable. I have a hard time saying it sometimes because I just do. But I'm doing it. Abominable. So that works. There were two of those movies, I think. He was in Citizen Kane. He had a small part in that. And in his TV appearances, he was in The Rockford Files with James Garner. He was in, the Alfred Hitchcock Presents. He was in some episodes of that. He was even on the fucking Love Boat. And I know you guys know the Love Boat. The Love Boat is all shiny and new. You know that show? Yeah, okay. So, I know you guys know that show. I don't think that's how the Love Boat song goes, by the way. That's just me making shit up again. So anyway, now Dr. Frankenstein is dead, and the monster is on his way upstairs into the castle. So, Projector Guy, let's continue on into the wonderful world of Lady Frankenstein, okay? Let's go. Let's do it. Roll it. Oh, so I promise for the women empowerment thing here that Tanya Frankenstein, his daughter, there's going to be more of her, a lot more of her. And for those of you who want the girl power, or for those of you who are just dudes and like to stare at Tanya Frankenstein, so there you go. Everybody wins here. So this isn't Spice Girl level girl power, but this is the best I got for you. And if you don't like that, I guess you can go fuck yourself. How's that sound? Yeah, that's how we roll in Vancouver. So let's get back to it. You get the picture. So ooh, about trying to drink my cap.
Tanya. Tanya. He's done it. It's alive.
Oh,
it's alive.
Oh, Charles. Oh. You're going to have to tell me all about... Footsteps.
Tanya, be quiet, please.
My father. What about my father? Father.
Tanya. Tanya.
I'm all right now, Charles.
I've got to get the police.
No. Not yet.
Tanya, I must.
Do you want to disgrace my father?
Your father's dead and you're worried about his name? You cannot keep this from the police.
Not his death. Only the creature.
That's impossible. What if it kills again? Its brain is damaged. I warned your father, but... Tanya, no. We must tell Harris.
Yes, tell him. But tell him it was a robber.
But there is Morgan's body.
What did you do with the other corpses?
The lie tank.
Put Morgan in it. Then you can go to Harris. Please, Charles.
I don't know, Tanya. What could you hope to gain?
Time. Time to think of some way to save my father's reputation. Please, Charles. Didn't you love him?
You know I did.
So do it for him.
Animal organs, I believe.
Yes, of course. My father has been experimenting in animal transplants.
Very interesting. You saw this robber. A big man, you say? Yes, he would have to be a very big man. Big enough to... What did he steal?
Nothing as far as I can tell. I haven't had time to check everything.
My father must have surprised him.
I would think it was your father who was surprised. But, what would a robber be doing in a laboratory?
He wouldn't have known it was a laboratory. He must have seen the light and he wanted to investigate.
Perhaps. You said he was a very big man. How big would you say?
I don't know. I was asleep.
At least half a foot taller than you, Captain.
Oh, really? That would make him more than 7 feet tall. Are you sure, Dr. Marshall?
Well, half a foot then. After all, he was running away when I saw him.
I thought you said you saw him with the Baron earlier.
Yes, but all that registered in my mind then was this hulk of a man gripping the Baron.
And then you entered a few moments after this robber killed the Baron.
I tried to stop him, but he threw me aside quite easily, and I couldn't...
And that was the time when you saw him run out.
Yes.
But you weren't hurt.
No, I wasn't.
How very fortunate. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure this has been quite an ordeal for both of you. Oh, by the way, the young man...
Thomas.
Thomas. Where was he?
He doesn't live here. He comes each morning very early.
Thank you.
He didn't believe us.
Of course he did. He just tried to impress me. You were marvelous, Charles. Thank you.
What now?
Now we wait.
Yeah, there's no place better on a sunny afternoon than right here. Just so long as I know with my wife.
Good Lord, it's Earl Wills. Get the wagon, hurry.
Nice, cheerful place you have here, Lynch. Very fashionable. It's like something out of an insane asylum. Yes, you do have the taste of a connoisseur. The taste of a man who truly knows what is obscene, vulgar, erotic, and simply grotesque. It's very clever the way everything blends together. How things seem to balance. Not one piece out of place. Not 1 inch of space wasted. It's truly remarkable. I am impressed. Lynch, you're such an ugly man.
What's wrong, Captain? All your cells empty this morning?
Oh, on the contrary. As a matter of fact, some friends of yours were kind enough to spend the night with me.
I don't have any friends.
Oh, but you do. There's Simon Burke and Harry Morris, and not to mention Jim Turner, and that other fellow, the little one with the hunchback.
Were they drunk?
Very. You see, they started a brawl in the tavern, the sawmill. You do know the place.
Vaguely. But what does 4 drunks have to do with me, huh?
You see, the fight was over which one of them was going to pay for the entire bill, which was quite substantial. Your friend's drink, you know.
You still haven't answered my question, Captain.
Oh, haven't I?
No.
Well, let me put it this way. Where do 4 such men come upon enough money for each of them to be able to pay for himself and the other 3?
Maybe they earned it.
Maybe. But doing what? Simon and Harry, they can't earn much. After all, how many hangings do we have?
Not enough to suit you, Captain.
Lynch, you disappoint me. I don't pass sentence on anyone. I only arrest them. Drinking alone?
No, he wasn't. Are you in the mood, Captain?
2 of those men work for you, and I can't see you paying anyone enough to buy a decent dinner, let alone a night's drinking for 4 men.
All right, Captain. I wouldn't. Maybe they found other work. Something that pays a police captain's wages.
I'm not laughing, Lynch. Just tell me what kind of work they do for you, since you have no legitimate business. Oh, I know you're a banker of sorts, loaning out money at exorbitant rates of interest. But you're hired help. What?
They are collectors. They collect money for me.
Yes, I'm sure they do. Well, I'll leave you to your whatever a man like you calls it.
The same thing a man like you calls it.
One day, Lynch, you're going to tell me the wrong thing at the right time.
It's useless, Tanya. You won't find the solution there. There isn't one anywhere.
I have the solution, Charles. I'm only looking for a way to make it happen. Will you help me?
If I can.
Will you help me?
I cannot commit myself until I know what you consider the solution.
Another creature.
Tanya, it took your father and me 3 years to construct the first one.
Mine will take less than 3 weeks.
Even if it took 3 hours, it would be too late.
Then there's been another killing.
2. I didn't want to tell you. I was in town today. Everyone in the village is speaking about the monster. That is what they call your father's life's work, a monster, and they're right.
They are not right! My father was a genius. And his creation will...
It will do nothing but kill. You don't understand. Even without the damage to the brain, the creature has the mind of a murderer. It kills for the sake of killing. It must be destroyed. And Harris will destroy it.
How can a man destroy it? No, Charles. There's only one solution. To create a second creature.
You'll be creating another monster?
Not a monster. An executioner. Our creature will kill my father's murderer.
No, it's impossible. Even if you found the right brain, your creature, despite the superhuman strength induced by the lightning, it would need a physical body strong enough to support it. Where would you find such a man?
And that's my proposition. 500 pounds if you find me the right person.
Yeah, well, what makes you think I can?
My father told me. It's all written in his diary. He gave you a lot of money in the 3 years.
I don't want money from you.
I see.
I knew you would. Just for one night. Then I'll find you your man. It won't cost you a thing.
It will. I feel nothing but repulsion for you.
I don't give a damn how you feel about me. It ain't your feelings I want.
Your price is too high.
Then go peddle your money elsewhere.
I think Captain Harris would find my father's diary very enlightening.
My selling corpses wouldn't surprise anyone. But your father buying them, now that would give everybody plenty to talk about, eh? Wouldn't it, miss? Now, think about it. No one else can help you. No one. After all, what's one night out of your life? It can't kill you. And after, you can take a bath and everything will be brand new again.
I'll kill him. I'll kill him!
You need a drink, Charles. I don't see why you're so upset. A man like Lynch cannot be taken seriously.
Still, I would kill him for even suggesting that
Thank you, Charles. I didn't know that you felt so much about my reputation. I'm sorry. Of course you do. You are a gentleman. And so you only think of me as untouchable.
You're wrong.
Am I? Do you ever think of touching me?
Tanya, please.
Does it really bother you to know that a man like Lynch desires me?
No. Only that he was vulgar enough to reveal it to you.
You never really believed in my father's dream. You only stayed because of me.
What if I did?
Then why didn't you tell me? Because you were afraid. You've always been afraid. You are afraid now. We don't need Lynch. All we need is each other. I found him. Thomas.
Thomas?
Yes, Thomas. Physically, he's perfect. His body's strong and beautiful. Be honest, wouldn't you like to have such a body?
What does that have to do with me?
Everything, because you love me. I know you do. But you've never done anything about it. Instead of your love for me giving you strength, you let it melt your spine.
Stop
You
it.
let it fester inside of you until all you could do was to look at me with those weird, hurt eyes. With the eyes of an old man. With the eyes of a cripple who could never even dream that I could love him.
Could you? Could you love me?
Yes. If you look like Thomas.
Then love Thomas!
I can't love Thomas. He hasn't your mind. Think of it. Think of me. Think of possessing me. Would you like to have my body bend to you? Would you like to make love to me?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You can. I can make it
my brain and my heart in Thomas's body.
His heart is as gentle as yours. Thomas, with your brain, there's a man I could truly love.
No. I won't kill Thomas for you. I'm not a murderer.
You were ready to kill Lynch.
That was different.
Murder is murder. Do it, Charles. I'll help you. I'll be your wife. I'll give you everything. Very much.
I've had that ring for a long time. I'd never dared hope to see you wearing it.
Lots going on. So I think that Charles, the character Charles, Tanya is a continual source of inspiration for you. I stole that joke from South Park. Tanya's got this big plan, okay? She loves Charles, she loves his brain, she loves his personality, but she thinks his body is shit. So she comes up with this scheme that she likes this Thomas guy's body, and she wants to put Charles's brain in Thomas's body so that she can have the perfect man or something. So she's not nearly as crazy as her dad or anything. I think she's pretty fucking nuts, but whatever. Girl power, right? Okay. So she convinces Charles to do the brain switch into Thomas's body. If I were Charles, I would be pissed off and be like, bitch, you like me how I am. I'm not saying bitch because it's a female thing. I'm saying bitch because she's a bitch. If Charles was the one doing that, I would call him a bitch too. Just saying. Okay? Don't scream at me on the Twitter machine. So we got the monster. He's out running around. I don't know why he didn't go up and kill them, but now he's running around on a murder spree in the countryside, and he's choking out people and killing them and whatever this Borg version of Frankenstein does. I'm not real sure though, but I feel back to the Tanya Frankenstein thing. I feel that this is kind of a false manipulative. It shows a false manipulative nature of women. I don't think all women are manipulative like she is, because she's manipulating Charles and she's manipulating everybody. Girl power, right? Okay. So some would say that having that false manipulative nature is also women empowerment. Some would say that. I'm not going to say that, but some would say that. Some women would say that. I've heard that before out of women. So I like I said, I don't know much about it to make the assessment, but I feel like because I've taken media ethics classes and things like that, I feel like I should kind of, make some deduction, I don't know. I'm just trying to kind of do something that's somewhat intelligent here, because this movie obviously is not very intelligent. So we're going to add a little bit of smarts to the season finale tonight. Okay, so Rosalba Neri plays Tanya Frankenstein here, and she's billed as Sarah Bay. She's been in like several Family Dollar versions of Bond movies, like in like Flint, things like that. I say Family Dollar because it's kind of like not like as reputable as Bond. It's kind of like the Walmart Bond movies, Like, they had all these spy movies that came out. She was in a bunch of those. She was always like the Bond girl in the Family Dollar versions or the Walmart versions or whatever. Don't sue me, Walmart. I'm not saying. I'm just saying you got good deals. Okay, that's all I'm saying. It's not like Saks Fifth Avenue. Okay, you know you're not Saks Fifth Avenue. Okay. So anyway, she was in a lot of spaghetti westerns, and she was in a very sought after in movie land, whether it be in Italy or Hollywood or whatever. She was in a lot of those sexploitation flicks that came out, like in the Grindhouse era and things like that, all those sexploitation movies. She was actually in one of the first, I think the first, maybe it was just one of the first women in prison movies, if you remember those from late night Cinemax, okay? This one was called 99 Women, and I'm not going to make any assessments about what that's about, all right? We're not going to do that. We're not going there. It's probably about 99 chicks getting banged. That's my guess. But that's not what I'm saying. Don't get mad at me. But 99 Women sounds like 99 women. It sounds like a train, okay? This show's not for kids. Anyway, a year later from this, Sarah Bay, or her real name, Rosalba Neri, she starred in The Devil's Wedding Night, which was like a hemophiliac who lured in guys. A hemophiliac being like a vampire. She was a vampire who lured in guys, and I suppose that could be considered empowering for women, right? She's like, I don't know. I'm trying. I'm stretching. Okay, I'm trying to do this right, and I'm trying to do the right thing for women. But to be honest, all these movies that I'm able to show, don't have a lot of strong female characters in them. So you got to do what you got to do. So I'm trying to stretch here, so bear with me. I suppose, though the empowering thing, sexual expression and freedom for women is empowering. Others may not think that. My idea, without further dudes, because this is all about women tonight, let's keep this pseudo-feminism train rolling. And projector guy, let's go ahead and fire up the next reel. The next reel, okay? Jeez. Man, women are not going to like this show. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to do the right thing by women, but I think I'm failing miserably. My idea isn't like, doesn't go to the I don't need a man women empowerment, but because that's garbage. That's just fucking being stupid. But simply to illustrate that women are just as able-bodied as men are in cinema. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm trying to do this empowerment. Tanya Frankenstein is a strong female character, knows what she wants, tries to get in there and do what she wants to do. So, all right. So I'm trying not to cross the line. Like I said, I'm not a woman hater at all. I've been married for a very long time. All right. Sometimes, though, you got to look at it this way. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, like Freud would say, and I'm bringing I brought the feminism to light, at least in this episode. So, whatever. I don't know. I'm probably digging myself a grave here. So, anywho, let's get back to the movie. Man, this beer is really good.
Good morning, Charles. Don't think of Thomas now. Think of him after. The way he will be.
In here. Come. In here. He's in there. It's a terrible sight. Oh, it's a terrible sight. Oh, terrible. Terrible sight. Blood in my life. Blood in here. I don't want to be dead again. Cheated me.
Lynch is dead.
Last night. Killed by the same man who murdered your father. And Lynch wasn't robbed either, Miss Frankenstein.
It's Mrs. Marshall now.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. And this man, anyone seen him? Anyone still alive?
The young man who was with Sarah Wills, John Masters.
And this Mr. Masters, what did he see?
He claims it wasn't a man. He said it was a monster. But he was too frightened to satisfy me. However, there's one more witness I would believe.
Who is he?
Seth Atkins' son. He saw the murderer kill his mother. But the lad's in shock. If and when I'm ever able to talk to him, I'll...
That poor boy.
Sorry to bother you, Mrs. Marshall.
I'll see you out, Captain.
Thank you. You know, I've been wondering, Mrs. Marshall, why would you visit Tom Lynch, especially at his place, and at night?
The Baron owed him money, and my wife went to pay it back.
Wouldn't it have been better to send for him?
Really, Captain? A man like Lynch here?
Of course. But then I would think Dr. Marshall should have gone, not you.
It was my father's business which made it mine. Nobody else's.
Quite. What I don't understand is why would your father owe Lynch money?
I find your probing thoroughly impertinent.
It always is. Thank you again, and good night. Oh, one thing more. You don't believe in monsters, do you?
Of course not.
I do.
Wait till we've finished.
You're worse than Lynch was. Hey, Jim. You sure Dr. Marshall will want it?
Am I sure? Sure, I'm sure. Whatever the Baron was doing with the corpses, Dr. Marshall was helping him. So it must be sure that he's still doing what they were doing. He'll thank us good.
To hell with these thanks.
He'll thank us good.
Money, as long as he pays us good. Come on, this ain't my favorite way to make a living.
Hey, I ain't gonna...
Shh, Jim, shut up. Listen.
I don't hear nothing.
Captain, I was here early, like always. I keep a clean place, you know. I always clean it every morning when I come.
I see. Thank you very much, Mr. Stone.
Clean it up, yes, sir. I always try to keep a clean place. That's what I keep.
Yes, I understand.
A nice, quiet place.
Thank you very much.
Great
That'll
progress.
be all.
Doesn't make any sense.
It's beginning to make a lot of sense. Get those shovels. Dig it up. Then dig up every one of them dated within the last 2 months.
Just what do you expect to find, sir?
Not a damn thing.
Oh, no, Thomas. I wasn't laughing at you. Don't be mad at me.
No, not mad. Never mad at you.
Well, that's very kind of you. Come here, I'll help you. There.
I will do it.
On the chair. better, isn't it? Sit down, Thomas. Sit down. That's it. You actually do understand what's going on, don't you? You're beautiful. May I help you, young lady?
Oh, good day. I'm looking for my brother.
Your brother? You must have the
Tommy.
wrong...
Thomas Stack.
Ah, he's not here. Have you tried at his home?
I went there first.
I've not seen him for a few days. Perhaps he's gone on a trip.
Tommy? Where would he be? He was never out of the county.
It's possible. Perhaps my father's death had something to do with it.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Yes, Thomas was very fond of him, and his death must have shocked him.
Oh, yes, perhaps.
I'm really sorry, but I can't help you. I'm sure Tommy will be here soon. Are you living at the inn?
I shall be.
Ah, fine. I'll tell him. He'll be so happy to see you.
Thank you,
Mrs. Marshall.
I'm so sorry to trouble you, Mrs. Marshall.
Oh, no trouble. We're all very fond of your brother.
I'm sure you are. Good day.
You and I will help Thomas to become a whole human being. And my father, he will live again, but with the fame he was meant to have. Charles?
I liked him, Tanya. I really did.
Think of tonight, Charles. only of tonight.
Alright, so I don't even know why I'm using this cap. No one has noticed the monster, okay? What the hell? These villagers must be fucking blind or something. How do you not notice a big 8-foot monster clumping around your goddamn village? I'm sure it's brick on the ground. I'm sure this guy weighs like, at least a metric ton, clumping. I don't get it. These people they're either fucking deaf or they're fucking retarded. I have no idea. Not that there's anything wrong with either of those. God, I hate the fact that I gotta keep saying that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Why can't I just say what I want to say? And I can still be myself and not be insulting, but when I say something is retarded, it doesn't mean that they're mentally handicapped. It just means they're stupid, It doesn't mean the same thing anymore. I hate the fact that... Anyway, I'm off on a tangent again. So, here we go. This town's not big. There's a big monster running around, killing people. No one notices because they're fucking retarded. Speaking of, Peter Whiteman is this is his one and done as the monster. As Frankenstein's monster here. So, good on him. I think he was in the documentary. I don't know who the fuck would make a documentary about this movie, but they did, and he's in that. So that's his other claim to fame, that he was in a documentary once. Maybe that's the stories he would tell his family. Be like, I was in a documentary once. I was trained to... Oh, yeah, I was in this movie with this sexploitation actress, and it was really cool. Hey, Timmy, look at this. She's in 99 Women. We can bond over this movie. No, I don't think that would happen. That's horrible. Anyway, making a documentary about Lady Frankenstein is like making a documentary about Mahakal, right? Who the fuck is going to do that? Okay? I don't know why anyone would do that. So, now let's get back to the exciting conclusion. Because now we're getting into the conclusion. The exciting conclusion, and I use that term loosely, of Lady Frankenstein. So, girl power. Projector guy. Last reel, please. One of these days I'm going to make a Fantastico I think someone's already made a Fantastico documentary somewhere about my first movie, Fantastico Jones 1. That is W-O-N, not O-N-E, by the way. Can't get it. The Guadalajarian government won't let it go. That's where we filmed it. It belongs to them. Never going to see the light of day, unfortunately. Maybe one day. Maybe. So, anyway, let's go to the movie.
People are talking. They're saying that Baron Frankenstein is responsible. They're saying that he created that monster.
It killed him, remember?
But it didn't kill his daughter.
What does she have to do with it?
Well, you know how people are, Captain, especially when they're scared. Right now, they're so scared they may do anything. Just anything. Something real crazy, maybe. To them, the name Frankenstein is 6 leagues below Satan himself. And they don't care who's wearing it. Come on, John.
What's wrong? You can't change your mind now. It's too late, Tanya. I killed Thomas. You've got to make the means justify the end, for my sake.
What if I fail? Charles,
Then you fail. I'd rather give my life to you than to the hangman. Is everything clear? No questions.
No questions.
Remember that I love you.
I'll remember.
Now smile for me. That's the last thing I want to see. Thank you. Now begin.
I do not appreciate your intrusions, Captain.
I'm trying to find your father's murder, Mrs. Marshall, and I don't see how that could be an intrusion.
Of course, you're right. Please forgive me. I've been up all night with my husband.
Then he's seriously ill.
It could be. He's resting now, and after my breakfast, so will I. Have you made any progress, Captain?
Not much, but the murderer has. 2 more men have been killed, Jim Turner and Bill Jessup. They worked for Lynch. Oh, you wouldn't know them. They're not exactly the kind you'd invite to tea.
Everything is ready, my darling. Do not be afraid. Soon we'll be together again. They all rejected my father, life's work. Now they'll see. I can't hear you, darling. I can't. You're alive. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here, darling.
It's true, Julia. I've seen it.
And you think that Tommy is somehow involved with this monster?
Well, not in creating it, but I think he found out about it by chance.
And Mrs. Marshall? She's part of it, too?
Yes, she's lied too many times not to be.
Then she and Dr. Marshall, they would have to kill Tommy, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they?
Maybe not. Who would believe Tommy?
I would. You would, too, Paul.
Damned if he isn't headed straight for the Frankenstein estate. Let's go, John.
When I remove the stitches and your hair grows back, no one will see the difference. In the meantime, this wig will do perfectly. Now, Charles, put your hands like this. When I release the paper, you try to catch it between your hands before it reaches the floor. But you must look into my eyes. Bravo, Charles. Reflex is perfect, pulse normal. Everything. How could I possibly know our storm would come in time?
Of course you couldn't.
One thing more, Charles. You see that heavy table over there?
That one?
Go and lift it. Go on, Charles. Lift it.
All my life I've wanted to do something like that.
You can now, Charles. You're a young man again. Handsome, strong, intelligent, and beautiful man.
Mrs. Marshall! Mrs. Marshall!
What is it?
Captain Harris, I insist on seeing you.
You must see him, Tanya. He'll just keep on coming back. Come on. Go and see him. Hurry.
I must see Dr. Marshall.
Impossible. He's still extremely ill. I cannot.
I'm not asking your permission.
Really, Captain Harris, this is a...
Yes, it is,
I
Mrs.
shall
Marshall.
report you to your superior.
You do that.
Please leave my home.
Not until I see your husband.
Really, you have no right, Captain Harris. My husband is very ill.
That's far enough, Captain. I'm sorry, Captain, but my illness is quite contagious. You shouldn't risk coming any closer.
I want to speak to you alone.
Whatever you have to say, I want my wife to hear it.
Very well. I came to warn you about the monster that you and Baron Frankenstein created. I hold you responsible in the deaths of 8 people, including the Baron.
Of course you can prove it.
If I could, I would be here to arrest you. I know that you are my proof. I want you alive, Doctor.
Why should anyone want to kill my husband?
Not anyone. Only the monster he helped to create. Of those killed, 4 were responsible for giving it life. You, Doctor, are the 5th and last.
That's absurd, Captain. How could Lynch and those other 2
By
men...
providing your father and your husband with corpses. I don't have to tell you how they were used.
How else are we to know what you are talking about?
Those jars in the laboratory, it won't be difficult to prove they contain human organs and not animal. No, Doctor. You never considered the creature might not appreciate your miracle. That's why he killed the Baron, the 3 other men. That's why he must kill you.
Why didn't he kill Charles when he killed my father?
Because your husband wasn't in the laboratory at the time.
This is the most extraordinary fable I've ever heard. You really disappoint me, Captain. A robber killed the Baron. As for those other 2 pyramids of integrity, anyone could have had sufficient reason to kill them. Perhaps it's your incompetence that's led your imagination awry. I suggest you take a look.
Very well. I've warned you. Remember, lies can't keep you alive, Doctor. But I can.
Your concern is a great comfort to me. Good night, Captain.
I don't know what you've done with Thomas, but I'll find out. And when I...
We must get away tonight, Charles.
No, Tanya.
But, darling, Harris and his men will find the monster. They'll destroy it.
They don't know how. I do.
Every available man, Peter. I want this place surrounded. And make sure the men tell no one, especially their wives. Now, hurry.
Yes, sir.
It'll find me. Tonight. Tonight it will be here.
Charles. Show the world that my father didn't fail, that he wasn't insane. Think of us, Charles. The power, the fame.
No, I must kill it.
Yes, you're right. Kill it.
Why did you change your mind, Tanya? Because you know that no matter which of us survives, you still win? You do know. You've always known.
Goodbye, Charles!
It's Captain Harris. See if he's dead. Just unconscious. All right, let him smoke. Let's go!
belong to you. Yes, Thomas. My love.
Captain.
Get him out of here! Get him up! All right, let's go. Julia, what are you doing here? You've got to get out of here.
Because it's like so much going on, it's just because it's exhausting. It's like, okay, what's going to happen next? Who knows? I have no idea what's happening. Anyway, the procedure in the movie worked. Now Charles's brain is inside of Thomas's body, and for some fucking reason, now he has super strength. So apparently, if you just switch your brain into someone's body, you get super strength now. That's why Captain America didn't get bigger. They just told him that. And they put his fucking brain in someone else's body so that Haley Atwell could drool all over him for 2 hours. So I think maybe we should call not Charles anymore or Thomas. We should just call him Charmus. I think that makes sense because I don't want to call him like another Frankenstein monster because then it just gets confusing. So anyway, he takes out the monster. Charmus does. And they're laying there celebrating by the castle as it's burning. And then he fucking chokes out Tanya when they're getting it on. Wow. All for nothing for poor Tanya. Girl power. So I think, okay, that's the movie, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. I think we ended the season here with a bang, with cultural relevance and social commentary. I just wanted to say something serious about feminism, so I just wanted to, do that. So anyway, there you have it. I think that I have a grasp on it now. And if not, oh well, it's the season finale after all, or is it the season finale? You want to know why? Because Joe Bob Briggs, the king of the hosting things, and like I said in an older episode, I'm like the custodial engineer. He is doing his special on the 25th, which is next Friday. I am not going to go up against him because I know better. So I'm going to do a Halloween special on the 26th, Saturday the 26th at 9 p.m. Eastern, okay? Right here on the Better Than Nothing Network. Saturday, not the Friday, okay? So just remember that, and I'll post about it and all that kind of stuff. I can't end the season this close to Halloween. Like, I was like, okay, because I'm sure there was going to be other stuff on, but then I started to think to myself, and I said, I don't think that ending it on this day, on the 7th or on the 18th, is good because there's a whole nother week before, and then Joe Bob announced his, and I figured he probably would. So then I said okay, and I actually talked to them, and I said I'm going to host my movie on the 26th, so I don't compete with you, and they're pretty cool about it, obviously, because they know that I have nothing on them. But it's cool to talk to them and know that they're actually paying attention to what I'm doing when I, message them and tell them. It's not like they go out and search it. But maybe one day we can be happy. I did tell you before, a couple weeks ago, this show's been renewed by the Better Than Nothing Network for Season 2. So that's fucking spectacular. We're going to get Season 2 of Fantastico Disasterpiece Theater probably in late spring, maybe early summer, I think, when I'm going to do, because I know that the Last Drive-In is coming back on. I kind of do things based on what they do because I know that everyone's going to watch Joe Bob, and then I know that if any of you are like me, when Joe Bob's seasons are over, it kind of leaves a bit of a emptiness in you, and that's where I come in, and I try to. It's not nearly as good, but I think it's good. I have fun doing this. Really, that's really what matters. But anyway, like I'm saying, then I can bring something to the table so everybody has something to watch while he's not on. So that's kind of why I do that. And that's why I keep bringing up their show, because I know where I stand right now. Anyway, next week we have a Fantastico Disasterpiece Theater Halloween special. I guess I could call it Fantastico Disasterpiece Theater Halloween special. Or I could just, not do that and not sound like a complete idiot. But it's just for you, okay? I thought that you guys should have a Halloween show. And next week, I'm going to treat you to a special movie that's very entertaining that most of you have probably already seen, but we're going to watch it again on this show. So I hope you all tune in for that, because this movie that we're going to watch next week, I'm not going to tell you what it is. You can figure that shit out on your own. But this movie's a big time movie. So I hope you guys join in for that, because that'll be fun. I'm going to dress up in a costume, and I'm going to do my little cosplay shit. It's going to be a great time. So, and I might even fucking hit this bastard. I don't know yet. Probably not. I enjoy his company. Keeps me company. So, 9 p.m. Eastern on next week and that is October 26th on the Better Than Nothing Network. That's Saturday. The Fantastico Halloween special, right? And it's because I love you and I love to talk. And the more you guys watch this show, obviously, so you like what I'm doing. I get because so many people are watching this every week. So anyway, Twitter stuff. Go on Twitter at RealFantastico. Follow me on there, and you can comment on the show. Try to be nice. Don't be a dick. If you don't like what I'm doing, you don't have to watch my show. But you don't have to be a dick about it either. Be a decent human being, for Christ's sake. Remember, one thing to take away from the show: respect your opposite genders, okay? We all need to get along. There's so much crap and dumb shit going on in the world. The least we can do is respect each other and respect each other's ethnicities and, that whole shebang, okay? Now, I'm going to go rent a prostitute so I can watch Starship Troopers and not feel bad about it afterwards, because if that's a bad joke, because one of my friends actually did that. He went and he got a prostitute because he wanted to have someone watch Starship Troopers with him, and that's why he did it. So I guess you would be more of an escort in the definitive sense, as opposed to a prostitute. Whatever. She was a hooker. Whatever. Everybody have a good night. I hope you enjoyed the season finale of Fantastico Disasterpiece Theater, the Fantastico Halloween special next Saturday. I know I keep plugging the thing, but I'm going to get this stuff pounded into your fucking head. Next Saturday, October 26th, 9 p.m. Not on Friday, Saturday, okay? And check out Joe Bob on Shudder. He's doing his Halloween Hootenanny show. And that's at 9 p.m., I believe, on October 25th, that Friday. So everybody check that out, too. I know Darcy's a fan of the show. So, yeah, let's do it. All right, everybody, take it easy. Have a good night. I'm rambling. Jesus Christ. I opened that soda. I didn't even drink it. I still have this beer. I'm just going to drink that. Have a good night, everybody.
Get a job, sit in his chair while he's having some beers. When the lonely live, when that lonely live. It's Friday night and he's wearing a mask, teaching us why all the movies kick ass. When the lonely live, when Fantastico Disasterpiece Theater.